What's up, guys? So this is my Twister Leapquake build that I built on the PTR late last night, and then had a ton of fun with it. Yeah, we've been struggling on the PTR, trying to find like enjoyable, and we found it. This is so much fun, so much fun. Easy to play, does good damage. This is most likely what we will play in the season. And if you haven't got onto the PTR, they have it everything unlocked. They've got this guy right here. You can grab whatever you need. You can get all the boosts, all the materials, all the equipment. We went a little heavy on it as far as like some of the gear, and then we went light on some of the gear. Like the gear that we have is not that great. Like we got pretty lucky. We don't want to bolts. We should probably get rid of those. Um, we don't even need movement speed in this build because we're going to be leaping everywhere. Uh, anyways, but then but then I rolled until I got a 4-star grandfather, which is awesome. We didn't spend all night doing the masterworking. It can all be a lot better, but the most important thing was finding the synergy, the damage, and the enjoyment, and we found it, and we found it in spades. So let's go over the build real quick. I need to get a little bit more armor there. I just noticed that wasn't capped out, which we will do right now very easily because we just been goofing around anyway. We're going to pull this little thing out right there. Eat that up. We'll just throw a skull in there. Perfect. Boom, overcap. All right, so our weapons are not optimized. Nothing's optimized at all. I mean, that's damage on that one, which we don't, it's not a bad thing, but it's not optimal. So we went with Harlequin's Crest. We tried we tried Ugly Bastard, we tried all of them. Unfortunately, Harlequin's Crest gave us the best synergy. It adds ranks to Leap, which brings the cooldown below 4 seconds. So we've got a 3.5 second cooldown on it right now. We threw some cooldown in there. We could have went all the way on it, but I tried to make it more like realistic, and I will improve this, and we will probably do more with it. I want to do a bleed build later, so I don't want to spend all week on it. We went Tyreel's Might with the 4-star on it. I know, but you know what? When you're on the PTR, you're gonna have fun. They give it to you. Go play with it. You should get there and do it. We're going to go with all damage reduction on that when we can. We tried to put much crit anywhere that we could. Crit strike chance and crit strike damage. The earthquakes can crit, so that's important. Tumult's Will, we're going to replace that with anything. We're not evading. We're not unstoppable. We're not worried about that. On the boost, we went with concussive strikes for that extra 25% increased damage while they're dazed, and we always daze everything. On the weapon, we went with Dust Devil, chance to cast twice. We probably have too much at this point. Let's see. Yeah, so we maxed that one out on accident. So it's like we're at 110%, and yeah, we're at 110%. The other weapon we went with earthquakes cast twice, which we also put size on our gloves to kind of make that. I don't know if we'll switch it to earthquakes instead of dust devils, because we still spam dust devils. You'll see. It's ridiculous. Our cooldowns so ridiculous. All our abilities are constantly up. We're never not berserking. We're rarely not just full of it. It's awesome. You'll see. So we went with vulnerable there to max out hemorrhage, which we do have. Don't ask me why. We'll probably, there's a lot of this is going to get switched up and cleaned up, but when you're just making a bunch of builds, you just kind of have stuff in there. I'll probably change out the hemorrhage board to a decimator board, and when I do that, I'll post it. But it's what we got right here, and it was just fun. I wanted to make sure that I captured the build as I was playing it, and the moment it became fun, this is it. And again, grandfather, we just rolled whatever. It ended up coming with damage and stats, which is cool. I should go over the rune words. This rune word, I'm not so sure about rune words. I'm going to keep an eye on them. This one will eat up all of our resource and do like 100% increased damage hit or something like that, which is great because we use 0 resource right now. The rune word on this one is actually pretty cool. It's a low grade blue one, which is surprising, but it actually casts an earthquake for us, which is cool. On our rings, we went with crit strike and vulnerability, up to 66% chance to make enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds, and that's not even masterworked. Everything else is we've got crit strike, chance masterworked, and war cry masterworked. We get 66 out of that ring just by bringing it all the way up to the max level. It's just awesome. We ended up getting a war cry cooldown in there, which we don't need. We ended up getting a vulnerable in there, which we don't need. But it's bricked. So we're playing with a bunch of bricked gear. It is what it is. And ancestral gear is super hard to get right now. So more crit strike chance. We ended up with resource generation, and we ended up, which we don't need, and we ended up masterworking it, and the items bricked. So, it'd be nice if we could get the scroll to unbrick it, but I have not found one. I don't know where they're at. I need to find them if they're in here and use them, because everything we have is bricked. On our necklace, we had to roll again. We had another one. We bricked it. It had a bunch of movement speed. We don't need movement speed. We've got movement speed on our boots. We don't need it. You'll see. We ended up with we needed the cooldown though, so we got leap cooldown and regular cooldown and pit fighter, and then it ended up getting like a chance. We got bull cathos, which is going to cause the earthquakes. We've got giant strides, which is going to lower the cooldowns. Bold chieftains, lower the cooldowns. We went with fierce winds down here and devilish on the two-handed, and then we went with edge masters for another 25% because we're always maxed. We don't use resources. On the boots, we're concussive. On the gloves, we went with exceptional gloves of earthquake because we do down here have ground stomp. Ground stomp is going to reduce the cooldown of our wrath of berserker. The synergy with this build, and now that they have it so that you just have to hold the button down, I just hold my right click down. Let me show you what this is crazy. It's craziness. It is absolutely bonkers, and I hope that they don't. I hope they don't nuke this build. There's a good chance they will, but so now with the hold the buttons, you just hold it wherever you point. I don't do anything. It just goes, and there's zero lag. I don't have to force move it. It's amazing, and It's just ridiculous. Our rotation is use Wrath of the Berserker, Ground Stomp, spam everything, leap, and just hit everything as it comes up. It's really dumb. So it's a lot. I mean, I don't know how much other classes are doing right now. And our ultimate's already back up. Shouts are already back up. And ultimate's already back up. This build is bonkers. Look at the damage we're putting out there. Every one of those earthquakes that we're doing is shooting out tornadoes. There's a, because of our boards, there's a 75% chance for it to shoot out a tornado every time. And it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I've got some gameplay. I'll show you the gameplay. This is the pit boss for going to Torment level 4. Level 65. And this is what it does. This is, I mean, you can see his life bar just melt, and it just gets faster and faster and faster the more earthquakes I have. That's ridiculous. Here's the build. I've got it. I'll post it. The skill tree is pretty easy. We just all this up here. We literally just picked whatever because there's nothing up here that helps us. There's where we're getting our ultimate cooldown right there. 3-3. I mean, we could probably maximize this even more. We just took anything that would help us at this point. Little damage reduction. We maxed out our war cry, and we almost maxed out leap for the cooldown, and then we went down there. I don't know why. I can probably take that off and put that somewhere else. Like I said, maximizing. We were just playing. When maybe some up in here. I don't know. You know. Probably we could probably add some Slay and Strike and some No Mercy. We could add some bleed to it. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, little damage reduction here. We went with heavy-handed and wall up. We are using a two-handed mace. There's our ultimate increase. Wrath of the Berserker maxed out, and then we went down here to unconstrained. And the only reason we have unconstrained is it seems to be the most consistent. We don't need the extra berserking because our berserking's all time. It's nonstop. When we don't have war, well, we always have war cry. It's always up. We never don't have berserking. So it's just kind of a constant. And it's just a fun build. This is going to be super changed up. Like I said, I went with Hemorrhage over here, which, you know, I'll probably go with Decimator, like I said, but we got Twister in the middle. It's bonkers. It is bonkers. You know what? I'm gonna do this in here so that you guys can see the true numbers. So all of our glyphs in game right now are maxed out. So that's part of the PTR. It lets you max them out. You can see we pretty much took every strength node we could, and every strength node is giving us 143.9 Dust Devil damage with the maxed out Twister, coming to 2,589.8% increased damage in Twisters, which I thought was going to be a little more crazy because it's additive. So, but we have enough Paragon. We're just grabbing everything. We don't even have the full 300. It's, you know, when we get the full 300, it really packs 5 boards. We're limited to 5 boards right now. They're only going to let us use 5 boards. I'll probably have to switch out Carnage for something that has more on the board that I can go and get. I don't know, because healing potions and resistance aren't exciting. This will get changed up, but I don't know what I'm going to do with another 70 points. Because healing potions, fire resist, I don't need those. I can get some more damage reduction, some more life. Anyways, like I said, huge amounts of damage from our twisters because of this. Went up to Carnage, boom, boom. We threw Might in there, which is kind of a nice little bonus. Maxed out Might gives 520% damage to all magic nodes in range. So we get a bunch of our damage while berserking there. Kind of finishes all our damage while berserking right there. And then we grabbed over here. We got the damage to elites, damage to elites, damage to elites, damage to elites with the plus 520%. They are gnarly. Over here, we came to Blood Rage. We don't really have to try and get the Blood Rage maxed out now because everything in here is ridiculous. Even though we threw Ire in there, we may change that to something else. Like I said, this was evolving from one build to another, so the builds are the builds. We could probably throw in, I don't know, if I wanted to go for strength. Oh, that might be good. Except that's willpower. Let's go. I don't know. I'll look at it later. I don't. No. Anyways, like I said, I did hemorrhage over here. It's cool. Vulnerable damage. We put territorial in here. I like territorial. It's a nice damage reduction. We needed bonus to close damage. This got us our bonus to close damage. And we needed that for this board to max this out. So we got our 150% damage from that down there. This board's ridiculous, as you can see. Your earthquakes. This is our Force of Nature board. It's the new board for the barbarians. It's pretty awesome. Earthquake damage is increased by 30% of your damage versus close bonus up to a maximum of 150%. We got our 150%. There's great nodes in here. Earthquake damage, earthquake damage, earthquake damage. Duration. What was this one? This was just strength, and this is also, this is Dust Devil damage, Dust Devil, yeah. And we put the Rumble node in there maxed out. And as you can see, by selecting all of these nodes, each one of these nodes, much like the Dust Devil, adds 143.9%. So our earthquake damage is 2,300% increased. These things together, between the earthquakes and our Dust Devils, it doesn't matter what our other boards are. It doesn't matter. It's crazy, and it's a fun time. I'll show you a little more gameplay. Let's see what we got. Anyways, we'll do it. Maybe not. Anyways, so that's the build. I'm going to link it. I just copied what I have. I'm sure it will get everybody will have comments on it, like you should do this, you should do that. I do want to point out that on this board right here in the planner, this node right here says it's intelligence. It's not intelligence. Make sure you select it. It's going to be another 143% damage. I don't know why it does that. And also, like when you're doing this, when you select, I think this node, this one lights up for some reason. I'm sure it's because they're working on it and trying to make it better and add all this stuff into it. And hopefully they get that fixed. So, but make sure you select this one. This is a strength node, as you can see. That's my build. It's a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm going to go play it. We'll see you guys around. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Twitch is having a special on their subs. It's discounted. You can sub for free with Prime. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys around. We stream every day as much as we can. We do have a job after work on the weekends. We do what we can. We'll see you guys.